So I'm making this video because I want you to know how easy it is to actually get what you want. So a lot of times we like hem and haw and think that it's this big complicated ordeal that's going to take years and years of work and years of effort. And the key to remember is that effort really is not included. Like effort doesn't matter. Like none of these things that we think matter actually matter. What matters is that you believe for your result. That's what actually matters. You know, it says, ask and you shall receive. I'm sure you've heard that before, right? The book says, it says, ask and you shall receive. I'm sure you've heard that before. Everybody's heard ask and you shall receive. Well, what that means is when you ask and you say, this is what I want, and you believe that, right? It talks about also, it says, let him ask in faith, nothing wavering. What does this mean? This means that when you ask, you actually believe that what you're asking for is here, that you've got it, that it's done, it's already, you got it, you're good, right? But that's the extent of your job. That's actually all that you have to do. That's literally it. And the power of belief, this extends to everybody. Nobody's not included in this. Some people just believe that they cannot do this, and so they can't do it because they're believing that they can't. So of course they would never do it, right? It's just like if you're going to climb a tree, and you think that if you want to climb a tree, but you think you can't climb a tree, you'll never climb a tree because you'll never actually attempt to climb a tree. It's like that block in your head is going to say, no, you can never climb that, and so you won't ever attempt to climb it. Well, it's just like that. It's like a lot of people actually genuinely believe that it doesn't matter whether you believe or not, right? It doesn't make any difference, is what most people think. But it makes a huge difference. It actually is the catalyst for getting what you want in life. It starts with belief. It starts with, your active, actioned, applied faith. I like to call it applied faith. I think it's funny. I think a lot of people get caught up in what I call inactive faith. It's not actually doing anything. They might say that they believe for something to happen, but they don't actually, and their faith just isn't, it's just inactive. But I like to think of it in terms of your faith is active and fiery, right? You actually believe in what you're actually believing for. You're like, this is going to happen. This is going down. I'm good, right? When you order something from the store, like Amazon, right? If you order something online, you don't even have a second thought about whether or not it's going to show up. And that's where you got to be. That's where you got to be operating from, is from this place of just, yeah, it's done. Because this is all that is required of you. The rest of it is not your concern. It has nothing to do with you. I've got a book, and it's going to be in the description. It's totally free. It doesn't cost you anything, and it's going to tell you literally exactly what to do to get everything that you want in life. So it's not complicated. There's nothing that's not simple about it. It's really easy. It's an easy read. Literally, I'll tell you a secret. It's 8 pages. So it's not really a hard read. There's not a lot of crazy stuff to it. It's literally 8 pages. But the goal of this book is so that people, the masses, regular people, I'm a regular person. I'm just a normal person. I don't have any there's no special tricks up my sleeve. I'm just a normal guy. But I understand the power of belief, and I understand how to use it, and I understand how to use it in my life, right? I've had some cool things happen just through, believing for these things to show up. They've showed up, and it's crazy what you can do, The channel is called Creation Mastery, and there's a reason for that. The reason for that is because we want to help you to master creating your life. You just need some tools. That's all you need. You just need some tools. It's not anything that's hard. It's not anything that's complicated. You've already done this, right? As a little kid, when you were a little kid and you would go ask your parents for something, and you'd ask them 6 or 7 times, and then you let it go, and you left it alone, and then Christmas comes around, and you got it. It's that simple. So most people just don't think that this can work for them. So again, there's a book. It's in the description. It's a very easy read. It's going to be 8 pages, and it will tell you exactly what to do to get what you want out of your life. So anything that you want you can get this stuff. You can actually get it, right? Maybe you need a new car. You can get that. Maybe you need a new couch. You can get that. Maybe you want to go on a trip. You can get that, right? And there's all kinds of methods, when you get to talking about getting what you want and creating and things like that, where I'm sure you've heard of some of the circles where they talk about all kinds of methods, right? Like, you got to do this and this will happen in 3 days. It's like, yeah, okay, that's all great, but no, it's not. None of that matters. Like, none of that has anything to do with anything. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you go blow your nose 6 times a day. You say, "Oh, this is helping." None of that is helping. None of that's doing anything. What's actually helping? What's actually moving things forward? What sets things in motion is your belief. That's what actually is moving the needle there. So all that you need is to believe, and if you can simply just put all of your stuff aside and say, you know what, I'm gonna go with this. I'm gonna believe that this is gonna be able to happen for me. You would be so surprised what kind of doors could open. So one last time, book is in the description, totally free. It'll help you to be able to create whatever you want in your life, like anything that you want to create, anything that you want to see show up. You want more money? Okay, you could do that. Like, there's no limit to this stuff. It's even in the book. We talk about, like, what would you do with a blank check, and it's a lot like that. It's like, what if somebody just handed you a blank check? What would you do? How would your life change? So check it out. It's pretty cool. But that's really all that we've got for today. It's nothing crazy. I told you we were just going to show up and we're going to tell you, hey, you can create your life. You got to make this happen.